Welcome to Afternoon Tea with Kate and Alexander. I'm Kate and Alexander, and today I am actually drinking a matcha milkshake because it is a very hot day over here, and I needed a treat. I'm also going to be trying something that I figured would be better with more of a milkshake or a cold drink as opposed to tea. So, today I have the Matcha Senbei. Senbei are rice crackers. Sorry, a truck just went by. These are really cute, really thin. Say only like maybe 1-2 centimeters thick. Beautiful motif on them. And I counted, there are 11 in here. So they're really cute. So let's try one real quick. Very crunchy. Very nice texture. I really like that. It's very, like, wafery. Very subtle matcha flavor. But it's a really fun texture. You can probably hear how crunchy it is. But yeah, the flavor is very subtle, but it's a fun little treat. And it goes really good with a milkshake. So, as for today's conversation, I haven't recorded a video in a while because I haven't been feeling too up to anything really. I've been just working and sleeping. But I did, a couple days before recording this video, I finally scheduled my first official testosterone appointment with Plume. So I'm excited. I am terrified, but I am excited. I think I'm just terrified because after the very bad experience I had the last time I tried to start HRT, you can find that, I believe I talk about that in my pilot video, or my first tasting video, one of them. But after having such a bad experience, I was really put off from trying again. And I just didn't want to go through that and waste all that money again. But this seems very promising. So I'm going to try. It's scheduled for, it'll be on the 22nd. So I'm recording this right now on the 12th, so 10 days. I'm super excited, super nervous. And I just hope it goes well. And if I do get to start HRT, then these videos will be mainly to document my progress, my transition, my second puberty, if you will. 'Cause it'll be a very messy time, but a very rewarding time. And great to just be able to connect even just with a camera and document this. I also wanted to document this because right now I currently live in a different state than my fiance, and I haven't seen him since I proposed 2 years ago. So I really want to document this so that he can go through it with me and Yeah, I would much rather have done this with him and much rather have done this in my own house. But we're trying. It's just a rough time, what with the pandemic and everything. But we're pushing through. Jesse, if you're watching this, I love you more than words could ever hope to say. And yeah. So, I was requested by someone back in the day. I say back in the day, this was only a couple months ago, give or take. I used to write poetry a lot. Especially in high school, I would write poetry a lot. Mostly conceptual, nothing really personal, until actually half and half. Half conceptual, half personal. But after graduating high school, almost all of my poems became personal and just a way to scream when words would fail me verbally. I could just write whatever, and it just came out. Well, last time I wrote a poem. Hold on, school bus. Alright. Last time I wrote a poem was actually about my dysphoria and how I felt. I wrote this right after having a conversation with a family member. And it just, all the emotions came out. And I had a request that I actually read the poem. So I'm going to be reading it on my phone. I haven't memorized it because I didn't want this to feel rehearsed. I wanted it to feel authentic. So I am going to read it from my phone. And this is The Mirror by Caden Alexander. It's easy to see what others see. Just look into a mirror. Except when my eyes approach the glass and a trembling hand moves hair out of a face that belongs to a me that isn't there. When I feel the clench of teeth that aren't mine, bearing a terrified, threatened smile. The lungs of someone else threatening collapse like a tower of rose-colored glasses, a facade so beautifully crafted upon its creation that it was given the wrong name. I look into that mirror, and only when the eyes, the bars of the prison my soul desperately claws at, meet my mind, do I truly see the person who is there. The man who grew so safe in complacency that he refused to question what it meant to be anything other than what his body told him. There's comfort in conformity, especially when the character is curated in such a way where no one's the wiser. A costume so extravagant that even the mind gets swept away by the splendors of dissociation, because surely this body belongs to this character that was so painstakingly molded by the roles and rehearsals presented to it. Surely the discomfort it feels when these mounds of flesh that hide the lungs, is not because they shouldn't be there, but because they're making it so much easier to play the part of the one that isn't me. Surely I feel guilty and complicit when I speak because I am fooling everyone. Fooling, deceiving, making it so incredibly easy to see. Someone who just isn't, nor has never been there. Even myself, for 22 years. For 22 years, I've let myself take on a role, rather than actually stop and think. That maybe I am not a girl who likes dolls, who likes dancing and dresses and lovers' confessions and wrestling and writing and eating and lighting up the entire room when I laugh. No. Maybe that was a rough draft of a character that was meant to be played by a man. Maybe, just maybe, it was a boy doing all these things. And when that name was crossed out and replaced, while the critics walked out and looked down with disgrace, the boy in a dress with his chest all in lace finally let out the breath he was holding for 22 years. The mirror still lies on occasion, to others, but to me, I look and I see past this body, past the hair and the chest and the shortness of breath, from the noose of conformity around my neck, and I see the man that God made me. And while I want so badly to be seen by the masses, how I want to shatter their rose-colored glasses so they see the waves of purple and blue that adorn me, how I want the people who have scorned me to say I didn't delve from the scriptwriter's plan. It just took them a while to see I was a man. I know it'll never happen. That even as the curtain falls, no matter the costume or lack thereof, they will only see the girl that isn't there. And maybe I will take this facade to my grave. But as I return to the one who truly made me, he will say, "Welcome home, my son. Your performance as her is finally done." That was the poem. I did mess up a few lines here and there. I apologize. Maybe I should have rehearsed it a bit. But I wrote that just to remind myself that I am here. I exist, and that is okay. I might not look how I am, but that will change one day. And even if it doesn't, that doesn't change that I am still here. And I think that's a message and a thing that a lot of non-binary and trans folk go through. If you have any experience, if you can connect with that poem, please let me know. That really was the only thing I had brought to the table today, other than these really good Matcha Senbei. I don't think I can eat all 11 of them at once. These are definitely something that's meant to be shared, and I probably will pawn them out to my family. But they're pretty good. This might be my last video for a while, just because I might wait until I actually start my transition, just so I have more to talk about. If there is anything y'all want me to talk about in the meantime, be it stuff I already mentioned, more Japan stories, more talk about self-discovery, or even more about my Sonic OCs, because I have 53 of those suckers, 55, and they just keep on coming. So if you want to hear about those, or just anything at all, please let me know. This has been Afternoon Tea with Caden Alexander. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe, like, all that good stuff. Follow me on Twitter. And I will see you next time. Have a great day.